Welcome to the deep dive. We sift through the noise, the articles, the data, the rumors to give you a clearer picture.
And today, we're jumping right into the January transfer window madness, specifically a really interesting case study, Joshua Zirkzee.
Right, the 24-year-old striker at Manchester United, all the signs from the Daily Mail, Team Talk, plus some key analytics from Sky Sports, they're pointing towards a potential move, maybe around 30 million.
Exactly. And West Ham United seem to be, well, leading the chase pretty strongly right now.
So our mission today is to sort of unpack this whole thing. Why would a player leave United now? Why are West Ham apparently so keen? And crucially, what does the data actually say about this fit?
Let's start with the player himself, Zirkzee. It seems a bit counterintuitive, doesn't it? You're at Manchester United, huge club, but looking to get out mid-season. What's the driving force?
Yeah, what's pushing him towards the exit door at Old Trafford?
Well, the big thing, the main thing really, seems to be the 2026 World Cup. It's casting a massive shadow.
Okay. International ambitions.
Precisely. He's apparently worried about his playing time at United, not getting consistent minutes, and that directly impacts his chances with the Netherlands national team.
It's that classic dilemma, isn't it? Stay at a giant club, but maybe on the fringes, or move somewhere maybe a bit smaller, but be the main man.
Exactly. And it's not just his own worry. Sources mention external voices too, specifically pundit Valentin Driessen.
Oh, right. What did he say?
Driessen basically suggests if Zirkzee is, well, far from guaranteed to be the Netherlands starting striker, maybe not even close.
Oof, that's got to sting and add pressure.
Absolutely. So you combine that public critique with sitting on the bench, he probably feels like he has to move to get regular game time, like right now.
Yeah.
He needs to impress the national coach consistently over the next season and a half.
So the World Cup dream is basically forcing his hand. Makes sense. And if he moves, the sources say he'd prefer to stay in the Premier League.
Yeah, that seems to be his preference, which, makes sense. Less adjustment, keeps him playing at a high level.
And it narrows down the potential destinations quite a bit. West Ham, obviously, and Everton are mentioned too.
Which leads us nicely to West Ham. If Zirkzee needs minutes, West Ham. Yeah, well, they desperately need goals. They're right in the middle of this transfer battle, as the sources put it.
Desperation seems like the right word. Talk about their striking situation under Lopetegui. It sounds grim.
Grim is putting it mildly. The reports highlight a statistic that's almost hard to believe. Their three current strikers
Yeah.
have scored a combined total of just 3 goals all season.
3. Wow. Okay. That's not just underperforming. That's almost non-existent output from your main goal threats.
It really is. I mean, you often see defenders score more than that by this point.
Yeah.
For 3 forwards, it tells you everything about why they need someone like Zirkzee and why they might pay that 30 million dana in January.
Which is notoriously a tough window to buy big players, so it's sheer necessity driving that.
Totally. Lopetegui needs someone who can come in and make an immediate impact. They can't sustain a season with that kind of goal drought up front.
But it's not just about meeting need, is it? There's actual data suggesting this could be a really good match. Sky Sports analysis.
Yes, and this is where it gets really interesting, moving beyond just rumor. Sky Sports, the analytics firm, they ran the numbers.
What did they find?
They gave the Zirkzee to West Ham potential move a club fit score of 86.
86. Okay, that sounds high in analytics terms, but what does that actually mean? What goes into a score like 86? Is it just about playing style?
It's more layered than that. So, yes, tactile compatibility is a big part. Does his style, how he moves, holds up the ball, presses, fit what Lopetegui wants? And 86 suggests, yeah, pretty strongly.
Okay, so he fits the system.
But maybe even more importantly for Zirkzee right now, it looks at the depth chart, the competition he'd face.
So it confirms he'd actually play.
Exactly. An 86 score here strongly indicates their current striking options are, well, weak, which we already knew from the 3-goal stat, and that Zirkzee would likely walk in as a key player, a guaranteed starter almost.
Which is precisely what he needs for his World Cup bid. It's like the data validates his potential reason for moving.
It lines up perfectly. His need for minutes meets their lack of options, and the data says tactically it should work.
And this isn't West Ham's first time looking at him either, is it? There's some history there.
No, you're right. The sources mentioned they scouted him back when David Moyes was manager.
So, long-standing interest. That probably helped build confidence internally that he's the right guy, not just a panic reaction to the goal drought.
Definitely. It suggests they believe in his underlying talent. Manager changes aside. Makes it easier to commit, you'd think.
Right. Let's talk about the nuts and bolts then. How does a deal like this actually happen in January? 30 million is serious money mid-season. What kind of deal structures are being looked at?
Well, intermediaries are exploring options. Both a loan deal and a permanent transfer seem to be possibilities according to the reports.
Which would each party prefer, do you think?
West Ham almost certainly wants a permanent deal. It solves their striker issue properly, long term.
Yeah.
For Xerxes, too, a permanent move gives him stability. Lets him focus just on playing ahead of 2026.
Makes sense. But what about Manchester United? Why would they sell a 24-year-old striker they invested in permanently in January? Wouldn't a loan make more sense for them? Keep him as an asset.
That's the tension, isn't it? A loan lets United keep control, maybe see if he thrives at West Ham and then reevaluate in the summer. But Xerxes' camp holds some cards here.
How so?
They can push hard for the permanent move, leveraging that World Cup pressure. If they make it clear he needs the stability of a permanent deal to perform for the Netherlands.
United might feel pressured to cash in. Maybe that 30 million looks attractive now if they have their own January targets to fund.
Could be. Or maybe they just decided he doesn't quite fit their long-term plans. Either way, Xerxes' urgency could definitely grease the wheels for a permanent exit, perhaps even at a slightly favorable price for West Ham, relatively speaking.
Interesting. So the 30 euro might reflect the timing as much as the talent. Now, West Ham and Everton are the main Premier League links, but he's attracted wider interest too, hasn't he?
Oh yeah, his name has popped up alongside clubs like Brighton, Como in Italy, even AC Milan. Shows he's rated across Europe.
But his preference for the Premier League keeps the focus mainly on West Ham and Everton for this specific January window.
Correct. For now, at least.
And we should be clear, West Ham aren't only looking at Xerxes, right? They're casting a wide net given how badly they need someone.
Definitely not putting all their eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
The sources mention some huge names on their broader shortlist. Players like Endrick, the Brazilian wonder kid,
Wow, okay.
Gabriel Jesus from Manchester City,
Yeah.
even Dusan Vlahovic at Juventus.
Okay, hold on. If they're looking at names like Vlahovic and Jesus, why does Xerxes seem like the most likely January target according to these reports? Those others are arguably bigger stars right now.
It really comes down to availability and realism, especially for a January deal. Getting Vlahovic out of Juventus or Jesus away from City mid-season, that would likely take an astronomical fee, and those clubs probably have zero interest in selling key players right now.
Right. Very unlikely in January.
And Endrick, while exciting, is maybe more of a future prospect and still very expensive. Lopetegui needs someone who can score goals now.
So Xerxes hits that sweet spot. High quality, proven scorer, but crucially available and motivated to move now because of the World Cup factor.
That's exactly it. His specific situation creates this window. He needs minutes. West Ham desperately need a reliable striker who fits their system. The SciSports score backs it up. It makes him the most pragmatic, attainable target among those names for this window.
It's a convergence of need, opportunity, and data.
Precisely. The transfer market is often less about signing the absolute best player on paper and more about finding the best fit who is actually obtainable at the right moment.
Okay, so let's pull all these threads together. If we synthesize everything from this deep dive, the player's drive, the club's crisis, the analytics, what's the key takeaway for listeners?
I think the main takeaway is that this is a transfer rumor fueled by a potent mix. You've got Xerxes' personal ambition, heavily influenced by the World Cup cycle,
Right, that international pressure.
colliding perfectly with West Ham's urgent, critical need to fix a major problem in their squad, their complete lack of goals from strikers.
And the data seems to confirm it's not just a desperate move, but a smart one too. That SciSports score of 86, suggesting he'll get the playing with him, Graves, really seals it as the most logical destination right now.
Yeah, West Ham offers the solution he needs, a platform to play regularly, score goals, and force his way into that Netherlands squad for 2026. That makes them the clear favorite, assuming the clubs can agree on the deal structure and fee around that 30 million mark.
So a final thought for you, our listener, to maybe chew on.
Yeah, think about this. How much does the rhythm of international football, like the 2-year run-up to a World Cup, actually shape the transfer market?
It's a huge factor, isn't it?
It seems like it. Here you have a player potentially willing to leave Manchester United, one of the world's biggest clubs, not necessarily for more money, but for guaranteed minutes elsewhere. It shows how powerful that national team ambition can be. It can completely change a player's priorities and the economics of a potential transfer.
A really fascinating angle on player motivation. We'll see how this one plays out over the coming weeks. That's our deep dive for today. Hope that gives you a clearer view.
Yeah, catch you on the next one.